Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. It's Friday, and that means Star Citizen Live with the ships of Gavin Rothery. Here's what you need to know in 4 minutes and 26 seconds. It's a long one. Gavin has been with CIG for 6 years and has worked on 14 ships that are publicly known, and this was his first time on Star Citizen Live. Gavin was joined by Paul Jones, who does everything to do with how the ships look and work. Gavin is a concept artist, though originally he wanted to work in comics. However, by the time he graduated, the video game industry was blowing up. His first concept was the Gladius. He was able to share screens, and you can start to see the progression as they went through the versions. A plain ship with wingtip canards and top engine intakes. All of his art showed us what was the pre-public concept art, and then that became the promo art. Once that was approved, Paul said that he took it and worked on it for another 6 to 9 months. Gavin was very humble. He said that his original work was really rough, but you can see his skill and vision, so Gavin, don't be so humble. Your ships are awesome. The F8 was his next original concept, and it was pretty much exactly what we were delivered during Invictus. Gavin loves how Star Citizen adheres to the idea of a style guide, and he has had a part in defining many style guides for the numerous companies. The Sabre was his next, and Gavin said that this was his first ship that he truly felt confident in the design. Gavin's concept art was pretty much directly ported over to the concept cell pages, and if you remember, the Sabre was the first ship with a very short concept-to-flight pipeline. Paul said that he loves how challenging it is to work as an artist for Star Citizen and said that it is similar to working for a car company. Citizens know the style guide, and the developers know that the community will be critical if it doesn't look right. Jared said that he didn't originally like the terrapin, but Gavin went all in on the concept, adding crew to the art and then deciding to add side ramps. Clearly Anvil with all the protection and the circular dish on the top with some cues from the Hornet. Prospector was next, and it pushed the style guide for Misk. It was originally going to be orange, but it evolved to be more like the Lancer and the Starfarer with a stainless steel hull. Gavin said that they almost never go back on a previous concept, they usually push forward towards what Chris likes. Paul said that they're always worried about adding new functionality to the universe when concepting a new ship. Gavin loves doing concept art cutaways, and it demonstrates a level of functionality and how the design would work. Gavin worked next on the Prowler, and it was the first time where community feedback was incorporated. Gavin's first and only concept for this ship was spot on, lacking only the wingtip extensions that fan out when the ship is deployed. The concept had no glass, the ship needed new textures, and a completely new design for an interior. Paul was most excited to see the community reaction for the Prowler. The Aegis Eclipse was next, and Gavin embraced the entire Area 51 idea with a silk cover and a secret base. They did pull cues from the Sabre, specifically the cockpit design, and the flat wing design was likely taken from the B-2 Freedom. Folding wings were added so that it could land. The Tumbrel Cyclone was a defining concept as it would set the art style, and they wanted to make effort to build something truly unique. Gavin said that he had no real plan for the wheels until the end of concepting, and then he added that iconic design. He next worked on the Hammerhead. The ship was going to be a huge footprint, so they decided to incorporate the center punch-out as a way to manage the interior. Paul said that the design was by taking 2 hammers side by side, which resulted in that cool shape and left out the donut hole. Gavin said that the Hammerhead was a ton of work, but the basic shape came together quite quickly. The Blockade Runner from Star Wars was a major part of the design, and the turret arcs defined the way that the turrets would need to stick out of the hull. The Valkyrie was next as a concept of flight with a basic mashup of a Terrapin and a Hornet, but upscaled. Gavin knew that he needed to add VTOL from the Terrapin so that it could perform its role. Gavin knew that he needed side hardpoints and that the pilot would need to be able to see. These modified the design and resulted in our functional Valkyrie. Gavin next tackled the Kraken. They said it took over 4 months to concept back and forth, with designs resulting in this aircraft carrier style. Paul wanted to incorporate the idea of Kraken with 8 arms, which resulted in 8 landing pads. Chris Roberts pushed some of the original designs very hard towards the aircraft carrier design. The Mole was next, and they both said that they truly enjoyed working on the functional design of the side pods. Effort was invested in a concept that they called Mr. Tickle, but that was abandoned. Gavin embraced the cutaway again with a super detailed concept showing where everything would be and how it would all work together. His final public ship is the Aries. Gavin took some cues from Sarah's Star Runner with clear designs from the cockpit class. An asymmetrical weapon location plus the sheer size of the weapon was a challenge. The hour-long show was fun, you should check it out. Thank you very much for spending your time with me, fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.